sure what's happened, actually.
I was told it was very peaceful.
Oh, that's a relief. I couldn't find any smelling salts. But this trash is enough to bring anyone around.
What was that, Mr. McDonald?
I was just saying the trash bins are going out.
Now, Mr. McDonald, I was looking for a cloth for the dining room table.
A cloth for the... What on earth's going on down here, Dickie? Nothing at all.
We're preparing to lay out this body.
Lay him out?
Yes, this young man's father died.
Dickie McDonald's father? I don't understand, Mr. Thompson. Join the club. Thank you, Mr. Fulbright. You'll find all you need in the kitchen. There's forks and knives in the top cupboard and cloths at the bottom. Thank you. There we are then. Mr. Thompson, you told me that this is your landlord, Eric Swan. Oh, that's right, I did. And it is. Well, how can Mr. Swan be Dickie McDonald's father? Well... You explained that to me once, didn't you, Dickie? Oh, I'm sorry, did you say something? Mr. McDonald! That's you, Dickie! How can Mr. Swan be your foster father? Well, when I was a young boy, my father, the lumberjack, fell upon hard times. So the family decided to have me fostered here with Mr. and Mrs. Swan. So, Mr. Swan is your foster father? Yes, on his mother's side. You've lost two fathers in one day? Yes, he's very careless. And how did your real father, the lumberjack, how did he die? He, fell out of a tree. Good heavens! And his body's still upstairs? That's where he learned it. And I suppose the undertaker is dealing with that body as well? Oh no, that's a surprise for later. And obviously Mr. Swan won't be able to sign your forms for you, Mr. Jenkins, so I think it's best if we just forget about my claim for increased benefit. Oh, that's very generous of you, Mr. Thompson. There's no sacrifice considering your losses, Dickie. Yes, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to return to your office empty-handed. Oh, no, but I won't. Won't you? No. Mrs. Swan can sign your forms. Can she? I think we'll come to find that according to your lease, Mrs. Swan is the landlord as well as the late Mr. Swan. Is she? Listen, if that's the case, then it'd be perfectly in order to confirm that you've been convalescing here from your gout for the past 6 months. Oh, that's great news. So is she home? Oh, no. She's definitely not home. She's at work. Yes, Swan, Mr. Swan. Oh, sorry to interrupt. You're new around here, aren't you? I am actually, yes. Has anybody seen a Mr. Swan? No, Eric's no longer with us, and who wants to know? Well, I'm Dr. Chapman. Doctor? Yes, I suppose Mr. Swan is resting. Resting? Yes, he was hit by a door. Good heavens! Is that how it happened, then?
Have you found him yet, Doctor?
Oh.
Dr. Chapman and I would like to speak with you alone.
We still have company.
I don't care since we've none popped over. Why are you limping?
I wasn't limping.
You've got a walking stick.
Oh, this? Oh, yes, it's nothing. It's just playing me up again.
What is?
My old, in the leg.
What are you talking about?
It's his gout. Yes, thank you, Mr. Jenkins.
Gout?
Yes, it's very sore.
You haven't got gout.
What? Yes, that's what I like. Positive thinking. I must keep telling myself, I haven't got gout. I haven't got gout. I haven't got gout. Oh, I can walk again. Praise the Lord. Thank you. Maybe I should come back at a more convenient moment. I think we should all come back at a more convenient moment.
I thought I told you to push off upstairs.
I believe he's involved down here, actually.
And who are you?
Oh, he's fine. What? You asked, how are you? And he's perfectly fine. Wasn't feeling too good earlier on, but he's all better now. Aren't you? Yes.
Norman?
Normal, yes, he's absolutely normal now.
I asked who he was.
Ah, she said who? That sounded awfully like how to me as well.
Shut up! Who are you?
I'm the gentleman from the dining room.
What?
This was the gentleman that was stuck in the dining room. Aren't you? Yes. There we are then. And who are you, madam? Oh, she's fine as well. I asked who she was. Ah, he said who. Who are you? She's the lady from the kitchen. Oh, the wallpaper lady. Yes, this was the lady that was stuck in the kitchen. Aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, sir. The lady from the kitchen and the gentleman from the dining room. I think that's enough introductions for one day. How about a nice pot of tea?
I've made a pot of tea.
We'll make a fresh one. I wouldn't mind putting the kettle on.
Sit down, please.
You see you're the lady from the kitchen.
That's right.
You mean you're his? Yes! Oh, yes, she you hear that? Him saying how young you look? That oil of Olay's obviously doing the trick. It certainly is. Now, why don't you go run up upstairs, put on a mud up my pack, and make a cup of tea?
I'm not making any tea!
Oh, please make some tea.
Get out! I just want to talk to my husband.
Talk to your husband? Oh, yes. Yes, I'm sure you do.
What?
Yes, I'm sure you would like to be able to talk to your husband. We all would, wouldn't we?
But, oh, yes, a few last words would be wonderful. But alas...
What are you talking about, Norman?
Norman, that's exactly who I'm talking about. Now, what about that tea?
I'm not making any tea!
I really wouldn't mind putting the kettle on.
Sit down!
Certainly.
Will you please get rid of Norman?
Get rid of Norman? Or don't you think we should just let him be for a while?
No!
Get rid of Norman? How can you talk like that, madam?
Oh, very easily.
Oh, he's okay here. Yes, he's okay.
Look, I'm sick of him hanging around the house like a bad smell.
Well, he's peaceful where he is.
Oh, yes, he's very peaceful.
Look, if you don't do it, I'll throw him out into the streets.
Madam, have you no respect?
What for?
Well, for poor Norman.
Not today, no.
Especially today, madam.
He's being more of a bloody nuisance than usual. He's having a terrible day. And all he can do is lie around the house looking stupid.
Take your party.
I wish he'd just bugger off of where he belongs.
I've never heard anything like it in my life. Mr. McDonald, why don't you take Mr. Jenkins into the kitchen and make him another cup of tea? I've had enough tea to sink a battleship. Well, then how about a wee bit rolling sherry then? I think I could use a small sherry.
Sit down!
I think it's a bit early for a sherry.
Oh, no, it's all right. The cooks have just gone back, that's all.
Oh, perhaps in the meantime, you can locate Mrs. Swan for me. Yes.
Locate Mrs. Swan?
Never mind that.
Why is that man looking for me?
He's not looking for you. And why is this man looking for me?
He is looking for me.
I'm not looking for you. You just asked for Mr. Swan.
And he just asked for Mrs. Swan.
But you're not the Mr. Swan I want. And you're not the Mrs. Swan that he wants. He's looking for my mother.
Your mother?
So your name's Swan as well, then?
Yes!
Aha!
That is the gentleman from the health department?
Yes.
The one who's been here spraying all morning?
Yes.
Then what does he want with your mother?
She needs to be fumigated.
Fumigated? And who's this?
Oh, well, that's nobody. Oh, abracadabra! It's Mr. Swan.
What on earth's happened to him?
Oh, he's okay. He was at my door.
He's in his underwear.
He was in his underwear when I arrived. Oh, I guess he was, wasn't he?
Why, for heaven's sakes?
Well, he was in the middle of getting changed.
Changed? Into what?
Yes, he likes to borrow something of mine.
Something of yours?
Yes, he likes to get all dressed up from time to time.
All dressed up? How can you do this to me?
Do what?
Think of what it must feel like to find out.
Find out?
You're a cross-dresser!
So this must be Uncle George!
Of course it's Uncle George!
Good!
How can you be so blatant about this?
Blatant?
I could have guessed something like this was bound to happen when you gave up smoking.
Smoking? Now, Mrs. Swan, I really don't think you can blame your husband's condition on the fact that Uncle George gave up smoking.
Uncle George never smoked.
Then how can he give it up?
You even used to play rugby.
Or Uncle George giving up rugby?
Uncle George never played rugby.
Are you sure your name's Swan?
Yes! I think we're ready for that. Oh, where's young Mr. McDonald?
He left, and you can leave too.
But I'm still busy.
Does Uncle George have any brothers?
No. Well, he used to have a twin brother, Normie.
Ah!
Twin brother.
Yes, thank you. You can leave now. Was it Uncle Norman who used to smoke and play rugby? Excuse me. Now, will you please go?
But I'm still engaged. Engaged? Yes, Mr. McDonald.
Oh, yes, engaged, Mr. McDonald. Yes.
Oh, you must be. Yes. The phone call earlier. I'm sorry if you thought I was rude. Rude?
Rude? No, she didn't think you were rude.
Oh, well, it's wonderful to meet you at last. I beg your pardon. Well, I didn't think I'd get to see you until Saturday.
church, here's the steeple. Look inside, see all the people.
The church on Saturday. Yes. The date's been fixed then. Why, yes. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to be there for that. I beg your pardon? Well, I've already made other plans, see. Other plans? But what about Norman? What about the poor man? If you don't turn up on Saturday, he'll be devastated. Who will? Norman, of course. But Norman's dead. What?
What a thing to say!
Well, he
Oh,
is.
so that's how it is it?
That's how what is.
Love him and leave him flat, eh?
I couldn't agree any more. That's very cool. What is?
One moment you love him to the end of the earth. The next it's, he's dead. And you drop him like an old sack of potatoes.
What are you talking about?
You've probably got a new boyfriend already.
Oh, Mr. Thompson!
And that's his name, is it?